I also described the weather as disrespectful from time to time.
Yes,
Thankfully,
yes.
today wasn't too bad. It didn't get quite that hot, but it still was pretty toasty. We had a heat advisory that has since expired at the top of the hour. Right now, we're sitting in the 80s. That is thanks to some rain that did help cool us off here over this afternoon. Otherwise, we topped out in the lower 90s, as you saw with our almanac earlier a couple minutes ago. We still have a little bit of activity on the radar, but you can see it is calming down right now. So for any Thursday night plans, any Thursday night football, you should be okay. Just keep an eye on the radar in case one of those little storms does happen to go on top of you for the rest of this evening. 78 tomorrow morning, a few clouds in the area, as well as a stray shower and some patchy fog overnight. Heading into tomorrow, a very similar forecast, just an isolated shower, temperatures in the low to mid 90s. And then heading into Saturday, again, rinse and repeat, just a slightly lower rain chance and a slightly lower afternoon temperature. So a very consistent weather pattern here for the next couple of days. And that is thanks to high pressure building over the state of Texas. It's not necessarily a huge one like we see during the summer, but it is enough to keep us warm and relatively humid. That being said, this high pressure, you can see the wind flow coming around it. It's going to bring in a little bit of drier air into the coastal bend. So that's going to do a number of things. First, it's going to dry our atmosphere out just a tiny little bit. So slightly lower feels like temperatures. We'll get to that in a minute, as well as lower rain chances and a little bit more sunshine. Now, heading into early next week, you can see a big plume of tropical moisture here. We're going to start watching the tropics heading into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. For now, we're focused on the heat. You can see temperatures pretty consistent over the next 7 days. Even the first day of fall still feeling like summer. Tomorrow it is possible that we see more heat advisories being issued with feels like temperatures up around 110, so make sure you're practicing heat safety. But with that lowering humidity in the atmosphere, you can see it's going to feel a lot nicer heading into this coming week. So tropics, couple areas of interest out in the central Atlantic, the remnants of Gordon. That and another area of interest have a low chance of development, but what we are focused on is this area of interest in the Western Caribbean. It's got a medium chance of development, but there's a lot of unknowns at this time. First and foremost, if something develops, does it develop at all? And if it does, where does it develop? We've got this whole big area here in the Western Caribbean over the Yucatan and into the Bay of Campeche. The second thing is that high pressure. Where is it going to set up its position and how strong is that going to be? For now, we have seen a trend of that high pressure moving over to the east a little bit, so that does open up the Western Gulf a little bit more. That being said, the system hasn't formed yet. Computer models aren't the best when a system hasn't formed just yet. So we do need to wait and watch and see. Something for us to watch, not worry about so far. 78 heading into tonight with that stray shower chance. Tomorrow, that isolated shower chance does hang around with us. Feels like temperature up around 110. It's going to be quite hot tomorrow. But the nice thing is with a lot more sunshine, we also get those slightly lower feels like temperatures thanks to the drop in humidity with that high pressure in the upper levels of the atmosphere. So like we've been talking about, this is our version of fall, South Texas fall for now.
Yeah, okay. Well, if that's the best we can do.
That's all I got.
Yeah, not the worst thing in the world. Thank you, Kristen. I appreciate it.